All right, welcome to the final bell, our second season, right? This is our 20th episode, right? Listen, man, I got a special guest on. Guys, listen, parents, players, everybody in the basketball world. I want you guys to really tune in to this episode because you got a lot of really good, valuable information. And I got a guest on. And I want, we got a situation in the prep school and just give you a brief synopsis about what we have here, which is going to be special for a lot of these kids. Being that everything's happened with the transfer portal and a lot of things that's going on. So I got my man, Antoine Gillespie, right? He's in Switzerland. He's the director of a prep school. He's been over there for a while. We have a prep school. We just sent our first kid over. And it's been wonderful. So, Antoine, I want to introduce you, man, and just kind of tell them about what you're doing, man, and what we're trying to do collectively to make it better for a lot of these kids that's not going to get those opportunities because of the transfer portal, the COVID, and all those things.
Okay. Well, already, first and foremost, I want to thank you for having me. This has been something in the making in a long time, but due to our schedules and things like that, schedule conflicts, we're both busy, and plus with the time zones in between, it's hard to match time schedules, get everything aligned. But hey, we made it, we here, so let's go ahead and get into it. Thanks for having me. My name is Antoine Gillespie. I'm from Chicago originally. Played college basketball at University of Texas El Paso. All-time leading scorer there in 3 years, breaking Tim Hardaway record. Got a chance, signed a free agent contract with the 76ers. I didn't stick. And like most, the story goes on. I started my career overseas. I've been overseas 24 plus years. So it's like half my life in the States, half my life overseas. And I decided over the last couple of years, I saw there was an epidemic, what you call it an epidemic, to where there's a lot of kids outside the U.S. Trying to get recruited and get D1 scholarships. And a lot of institutions over here were sending kids to the States, to the prep schools. Prep schools in the States are kind of like the last chance to make a first impression for kids to get that D1 scholarship. That's what they're designed for on the athletics. Normally, prep schools are for, those who are going to college, take prep courses, getting them ready for college. But they were used eventually in the end for sports, also as a vehicle, last chance to make a first impression to impress college scouts to get a scholarship. Well, that opened up heavily for European players who wanted that D1 scholarship, who finished high school in their native countries over here in Europe. And so prep school was a way for them to come over. Hey, let me take advantage of this prep school to where I can get seen. But that wasn't for most European players, because European players take a long time to adjust, coming over to a new country, trying to get adjusted, and the culture, the talent, the intensity, that's a whole new ball game. So what we did was created the first international athletic prep school in all of Europe out of Geneva, Switzerland. That's what we did.
Wow. And that's a beautiful thing. The timing can be perfect. I remember when you first reached out to me, and I'm already searching for different ideas, because over here, when everybody, go left, I kind of go right. And that's kind of always my way of dealing with things and just trying to make a difference, because everybody trying to run in the same lane, as you know. And so,
True.
And so once I connected with you, we got our first kid to go over, Brandon. He's doing he's doing a great job. But I want you to explain to the parents and the coaches or whoever's out there that's listening to this this can be beneficial for, is what is that process? What goes into that? What do a kid need? What does he need to possess to even have the opportunity? Is this for 5-star kid, 4-star kid, or is it for any kid that have the potential that he want to play on the next level? Can you explain that to the
Okay.
parents and the audience?
Yeah. First of all, second, and first, I forgot to say this the first time. I want to thank Bobel, really, because Bobel gave me my first kid. So let's get that out there. Thanks to you, you gave me, you started this off for me by giving me a great kid that turned out well. He's still here. This is for basically we take kids internationally. Let's say we'll take kids starting from 14 years old all the way up to 22. Believe it or not, 12 years old we don't take kids internationally because we feel they're still young. They need to be at home with their parents. What we do is this, and let's take a kid like Brian who's from the U.S. America's oversaturated with talent. And ever since COVID, when the portal really started thriving, what it did was created a cloggage on the high school level. Back in our day, you could be nice in high school. And if you're nice in high school, where you top 20 in the state or McDonald's All-American or leading score in your conference, you get a D1 scholarship. That's not happening today because of the portal. So now the number one recruiting pool source for universities is the portal. Portal first because they want kids with experience. Colleges and universities ain't trying to wait to groom a freshman out of high school. So they're going to take somebody from since the portal came and it bumped junior college. So junior college became kind of like second, and then after you got the prep school. Let's say high school is last on a totem pole. Most high school kids that graduate, if you're nice, if you're lucky, most kids are not touching the court until middle sophomore year, junior year.
Facts.
So really, you only got two. Like we all got. I would never tell a kid don't go for your dreams of being a pro. Mm-hmm. Really, realistically, today, kids, you only got 2 years to show what you can do to be a pro. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of players, thousands. And don't forget the international kids too, as well. That's facts. Now you can be. So what we did was we beat the portal. Believe it or not, which is crazy to say that. We beat the portal. So a kid, instead of doing your post-grad year in the States, watch this. You could go overseas, enroll in our university, American accredited. So that means all your credits transfer. Do your post-grad year internationally to where pro clubs can see you early. You get that experience, that European mature, learn the European game, get another aspect of your game. Your education continues. You don't lose a year and still come back to the States, still retaining 4 years with European experience. And you come back in the States, maybe a sophomore in the classroom. Because the difference between our prep school in the States, over here in Europe compared to the States, if you take with us, you start already in, you could take not full time, but you come in and take classes already. So you're really further ahead in the classroom than you would be in America. So you come in and I always say this, what college program wouldn't take a seasoned overseas player with 4 years eligibility than someone coming out of high school or even the portal? Because portal kids, you may have 2 years left, 3, depending on if you transfer, something like this. So a freshman who needs that 1 or 2 year experience, he don't touch the floor. He only gives the university 2 years. But with us, our kids, we groom them. They all have personal trainers. And the school system is designed. We control the school system, like the schedule, to where our kids go to school Monday through Thursday. First class start at 10. Got to be out of school by 3, and we're at it. Nutritionist, personal trainer, and also your team. You know what I'm saying? You got team trainings as well. Playing once or twice, a week. So with all that basketball, or any sport, with all that basketball, and then also a personal training or whatever, you advance heavily. In the States, coaches, not only in the States, but let's say on the planet, coaches do not have time today to develop players. They don't. It's impossible. because a coach's job is to take care of the group collectively. It's just impossible. So so players, if you're looking for coaches to develop you or help you with your game, don't lower your don't do it, because they don't have the time either. Coaches are trying to, better themselves too, put a whole team together, the best team, best five on the floor.
Right. Well,
So, tell
yeah,
me.
that's great information, Twan. But let me ask you this, bro. Like me, including yourself, I had an opportunity to play in France for 9 years, Switzerland for 4 years. So I played in Switzerland, and I know the benefits of a kid or anybody coming to Switzerland and living in that type of environment. What are some of the pros and cons, right? But I know, like for me, it was all positive because it was a different environment. Country was the cleanest country I ever been in, and the life. So I was able to adjust to the lifestyle. You know what I mean? And then I spoke a different language. I spoke French, so that helped me in terms of communication, etc. So what would you say to the parents, the kids, or anybody that's interested in perhaps taking advantage of this opportunity when they come to Switzerland? What would you say to them?
Number one, there's pros and cons in everything you do. So I wouldn't be on your podcast. I don't want to. How me and you talk about, like, we ain't gonna lie to the parents. We're gonna always keep it real.
Yeah.
The cons that I would honestly say would be is maybe the distance for the kids. If the kids are not used to being so far away from home, that would probably be the only cons that I would say. But at that age, the experience is still like a cultural experience in itself. And this is the point that you would want your kids to experience that culture, grow up, see how it feels like being on your own. But the pros, if you look up Switzerland, and I'm lucky to have the opportunity to build this and create this thing in Switzerland. Number one, it's in the center of Europe. So let's say a kid goes on let's say term break in the state. Let's say a college kid, he goes on term break. Most of them, hey, I'm not coming back home in Atlanta. I'm going to visit. I'm going home with my classmate who lives in Florida or lives in Illinois. What's crazy about this is you might not go back home, but doing break over here, you may go to Italy. You may go to Spain because it's also close, relatively close. So just imagine that rich cultural experience where you tasting foods, meeting people from all over the world. Your classmate may be the son of the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Switzerland, and any parent can look this up. Switzerland has been rated. You just look at how many times the country of Switzerland has been rated the number one country in the world the last 10 years. I think right now it's 2 years in a row they got it.
Yes.
It's because of it's economically safe, stable. The security and then just being safe is just off the charts. It's home to the United Nations. And I don't know if a lot of people know this. Switzerland is the headquarters of the International Olympic Committee.
That's right.
So this is the cap. Switzerland is the capital for all the major sports federation. Like the NBA answers to FIBA. FIBA headquarters is here. That's the governing body of basketball. The headquarters who govern the world soccer, they're here. That's called FIFA. Softball is here. Volleyball is here. Equestrian is here. Everybody's here.
And Antoine, if you like watches, man, they make the best watches in the world.
Best watches in the world. Where my academy is right across the street from Frank Mueller factory.
Yes.
So Frank Mueller is there. Yeah, Hublot, Rolex is here, headquarters is here. So it's an international hub. And it's safe, a great experience. And, we had like 4 families. I got somebody in now. Families come over and visit. I would say this live, and normally I would never put myself out there like that. If someone was really interested in coming out here, and it was really, if the kid that signed here, if you came out here for a visit and you signed the ticket that you spent to come out here, I will reimburse you back because I know how good it is.
That's wonderful, man. So let me ask you this too, Twan. what's your short term goals and your long term goals with this academy, man? What it is? How do you view this thing in the beginning? I mean, we got to start. Obviously, I believed in you. I believed in the mission and what you're trying to accomplish because, like I was saying earlier, I was already thinking outside the box. And then when we connected through Harold Killing, our boy,
That's right, Harold Killing. That's right.
yeah,
Shout out to Harold Killing.
yeah, shout, big fella. When we connected through him, I was like, oh, this could be something good. So that's when I went to work. So let me just get one kid over there first. I want to be the first one to get one kid to show you that I believe, and my word is my bond. Like if I tell you something, man, you can pretty much take it to your grave. And so tell me, man, what's the long term and the short term goals with this academy?
Well, let's say the near future goals. How about that?
Okay.
Is we have the capacity, and what we want to do is, I was one of those kids to where there's more kids that can hoop that don't get seen than there are kids that can hoop that get seen.
Speak facts.
So I'm for the underdogs.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean I'm not open for everybody.
Yeah.
But let's say kids who had a bad relationship with a coach their senior year and that can hoop that didn't get that chance, we offer you. Kids that maybe graduated and looking and for some reason fell through the cracks, but that can really hoop good in school, we're for you.
Right.
Kids that started college and it's not going well, you're not playing, but the states ain't the only path. You can come over here before it's too late, before you finish your college eligible. Come over here. This is for you. If you like, oh, forget the NBA, I'd rather start my pro career overseas, at least get seen. So I don't got to wait in that long line, wait till I'm a senior. And then now you working out with Bo Bell and your agent tell you go to Bo Bell and you wait on that phone call. And that's not happening. You cut the line. That's what Brian Alexander doing. Mm-hmm. So we get a chance. It's just, you get a chance to provide. And like I said, it's a fun thing to get a chance to provide us. How many times do we get a second chance to give a first impression?
Absolutely.
And and if you can provide that for a player, but just a human being, that's just a good feeling in itself to where, hey, there's another way, guys. There's another way that I can be successful, to where I can get an education and I can still play this game of basketball. But now internationally, you may find your wife over here. You may work with Gucci over here. You may go on the watch. You may be an ambassador. The United States ain't the only place that exists. And a lot of people don't know that.
Absolutely. And the thing, and that's one of the things that I try to convey to these parents too, Antoine, is, experiences and exposure changes life because it changes perspective on life, right? I think some of the things that I learned through my whole process, the 13 years in Europe and France and Switzerland and traveling all over the world, playing the Euro Cup and all those things, seeing all these different countries, seeing all these monuments. The thing that I learned the most is the more I thought I knew, the more I realized how much I didn't know.
Real talk. Facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so when you open your mind, it broadens your perspectives on life.
Real talk. Yeah, real talk.
And so having this opportunity, and this is another reason why it just grabbed me, because I know what being over there did for my life, similar to what it has done for your life.
Oh man, incredible.
People can only imagine, man, what we're talking about. But the kids that get the opportunity, can you imagine if we got this type of exposure early in our lives, like early?
Oh man, look, man, check this. I'm gonna say this, and this is not to brag. This is not to brag. This is just, I want me and Bobel want these kids. I'm not trying to stop your dream or anything, but we want to give you another alternative, another avenue, just in case that basketball dream in NBA don't work out.
Yes.
Like, for example, being overseas, I'm going to tell you what I've accomplished or got a chance to dig into being overseas. I was the first African-American to build a bakery that lasted 15 years. I taught myself how to bake, had my own bakery for 15 years. I closed it in 2021. So I'm a pastry chef. I know how to bake bread, build the whole bakery. I did it. I just recently came back to basketball in 2022.
Wow.
Right at the end of 2021. I did that. I got into fashion. I was in Italy for a long time. I've been in fashion about 5 years. I got invited to the White House, did a bag for President Obama, Michelle Obama, Robert De Niro, a bag for LeBron James, T.I. And this is because I've been exposed. And I just got back from Italy. The manufacturer said, hey, let's do it again. Let's really get it going and push this thing forward. This is because Europe is so small.
Yes.
And the connections are so close. Like America's big, and we're not trying to help each other like we should.
Yes.
There's room over here for you to find a lane. I had a kid last year, and I told Bo Bell this, and I shared with you guys, was from the country of Kenya, from Africa. And he's 13 years old, he about 6'8", 6'9". Parents work for the United Nations, and his contract ended. The kid had to go back to Kenya. Mom asked me to come for the summer. I'm like, I'm not coming. This me being, and I was wrong for what I did. I'm like, yeah, I'll come. I'm not coming to Africa. Just being dismissive, which is usually not like me. I'm like, Africa, oh, okay, Africa. One thing led to another. I got a call from the principal of a high school and say, listen, we heard about the work you're doing in Switzerland. We would love to have you over in Africa. Why not do this for our kids? There was 200 kids waiting on me in Nairobi. 200 at an international school. We're not talking about what you think Africa is with kids on the side of the road with flies in their mouth. Nah, we're talking about New York City. I'm telling you, New York City. So I go over there. I was supposed to be there 10 days. It lasted 3 months. And things went so well, they gave me the position of director of youth player development for the country of Kenya.
Oh, that's big.
So now I got a chance. Yeah, now I got a pipeline to where I'm talking to Arizona State, in contact with Michigan, my college teammate, University of UConn. Mm-hmm. So we get a chance also with universities. We can make a university a powerhouse, even just connecting with us with the pipeline over 2 years. Because our players are more developed. You can send us players. They need 1 or 2 years, and then you go back.
Right.
So we're in 3 continents. We got Africa, Ball Academy Africa, we got Europe, and then now we're touching the state, what I'm saying, with Bobel. It's just a huge community, and, it's just a huge opportunity that, everyone can benefit from.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing too, parents. Me and Antoine, we already talking about taking this thing on the road, man, where we're going to start doing camps and exposure camps, things of that nature around the country, so that we can bring awareness to kind of what we're trying to accomplish over in Switzerland. And so that's going to be good. So stay tuned, some of you guys. We'll be coming to your city. Probably going to start off here in Atlanta first, because this is we're going to start off doing it here first, but just stay tuned for that. The other thing too, I want to touch on, Antoine. What's the in terms of enrolling, right? What's that process like? Do they accept the same accreditations that they do here? Correct? From
exactly.
And then
exactly. You just a high school diploma
and all that stuff is similar to where it is in the United States. Correct?
Not everywhere, but what we did is we structured. Well, see, what makes it so unique? What we do, we accept financial aid from the U.S. No, a lot of people can't do that. So the same financial aid that you use to apply for a university in the U.S., we take it over here. Yeah, we take it. So because we know, traveling expenses coming over, also you can stay on campus. The campuses are not, I don't want kids to be shell shocked. It's a smaller, these campuses over here are like community college campus. They're universities, but the campuses are built like a community college would or city college would in the States. Because Europe is just all small. But you look at the 1-on-1 ratio, the relationship that you have with your classmates and your teacher. And plus we're here, to get better in school at the same time, to continue the education, but also sports too. So it's just a beautiful thing. So it is affordable with financial aid for some, and then we dipping and dabbing into other sports as well. Because it's funny that you asked about that, but I've also had the chance, we're forced the chance to open up other sports as well. So that's another thing that's going on as we speak. So you got me running all over the place. We got we have a girl right now from Benin, Africa. She's a swimmer, and she'll be in the Olympics, and she's in Bowl Academy. She'll be in the Olympics in Paris.
So let me ask you a question. That's wonderful, man. So are your programs, all the programs, is that for female and male, correct?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, female and male basketball. Yep, volleyball, tennis, golf. Yep.
Okay, that's good stuff, man. That's good to know because we got so many amazing athletes over here just looking for outlets and other opportunities.
That's right.
And to get this type of opportunity to expand your horizon and expand your life and your thoughts and be able to grow at the same time and do something that you love to do, man. Yo, that's priceless, man. If you got an open mind, but see, in order
you got open mind,
you gotta be open to receive this because a lot of people that you talk to, they can't even see that far. Unfortunately,
it's true. This is true.
Yeah, because they're so caught up in the hustle bustle of life and they just watching what's in front of them, which is it's a big old world out here that we all, if we got an opportunity, should go and try to experience, man. So yeah, so what you're doing, man, is you setting the groundwork for something big. We setting the ground. I'm gonna say we because I'm gonna help you as much as I can. We're gonna work together as much as we can with this thing, man.
Appreciate it.
Try to help as many kids as possible. But I wanna put this on you, and you just tell me what you think, man. When kids come over, right? And then I noticed with Brian, you hands-on with the kids. And so I really like that. So I feel that the kid is safe. He's in a good situation. Well, in Switzerland anyway, because ain't no crime over there, man. They got
none.
Something
yeah, something crazy.
Just having that peace of mind, bro. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just having that peace of mind where everywhere you go, you ain't got to look over your back thinking about somebody
at all.
That right there is priceless within itself. So what is the main takeaway that you want to tell these parents, man? Like, this is what I want my kid to do. I want you to send them a message, give them a message to let them know that one, the kid is going to be okay if you come with it. Two, this is going to be the best decision that you made for your child's career and his life, because now you're giving them exposure. What would that be? What would that be?
I would, there's a couple of things. I would say this to the parents more than anything else because they're responsible for letting the kid go or not. I'll say number one, parents, if you can afford it and if you feel it's worth it for your child, don't believe nothing I say. Come visit. Again, that's number one. Come visit for yourself and ask all your questions. And you can call me 24/7. Everyone knows this. Yeah. Come visit for yourself. Number two, educate yourself. Right. Research the country of Switzerland. Don't believe anything that we're telling you here. Research for yourself. Ask people around at work or Google, go online and see. Educate yourself about the country of Switzerland, geographically, where it's located, what it's known for. That's always an interesting fact. One of the questions, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this unapologetically because this is asked a lot from parents. Because most of the kids that we get, you get parents that haven't traveled, that haven't been out, and they ask this question a lot and frequently. So I'm gonna answer it. And the first thing they ask is, "How is racism? How is racism? How do they treat you?" Because they want to make sure the kids are safe, and do they like this? But Switzerland is international. It's a melting pot. You got everyone from around the world working here. And I'll tell you some, interesting fact about Switzerland that no one knows. Out of all the countries in Europe, Switzerland was the only country that has never colonized an African country.
That's right.
So in that, saying that, learning about history, they don't have the mindset of a country that has colonized an African country. So they don't, you understand what I'm saying? They don't look down or they don't have that mindset. They're
Yes.
the only country, and they're the only country in Europe that's never really been to war.
Mm.
So this is why Switzerland was nominated, not the best country in the world, but this is why the world chose Switzerland as the peaceful ground, the meeting ground, the neutral ground. Whenever presidents and countries have problems, kings and queens, if this Russia don't like the States and North Korea don't like Argentina, they
Yep.
come to Switzerland to settle their differences
Right.
because it's peaceful here. This
I
is the
can,
country of peace. Yeah.
I agree with you, man. I can contest to that. Like it's just a certain energy, man. When you walk on the streets, it's like
Oh
an
man.
energy. Yeah, it's no stress. Like those people, they take their time, bro. You know, just
Yeah.
like over there, they take the time to sit down and eat for 3 hours. You know what I mean? Have
Mm-hmm,
conversation.
mm-hmm,
You know, when they go on
mm-hmm.
vacation, it's 30 days for vacation. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
they
that's
go
right.
to the mountains. And guess
Mm-hmm.
what? Their life expectancy is a lot longer over there because of that, because it's less stress. You know what I mean? It's less
That's
stress,
true.
bro. And so, you know, this just be a remarkable opportunity for anybody,
It's true.
parents. This is a remarkable opportunity for your child. Don't miss out on this. Antoine, hey man, I want to thank you so much for coming on, and then thank you for stepping out on faith, man, doing this. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be big.
Appreciate it.
This is gonna be big, my dude, and I appreciate you so much.
No, I appreciate it, man. I mean, if I can help these kids out in any way, it's you know, you're like the path that basketball puts us on, and you never know where it takes you. I got 4 careers, so I'm able to navigate and maybe give advice or steer any kid and say, "Hey, you want to do fashion? I can take you down that lane, take you to the factory in Italy, and we do that. Whatever lane you want to choose, we can do it over here to give you multiple opportunities." So
Absolutely.
parents will love it. So man, but thank you though, man. Thank you for the invitation to give me a chance to, show the world what we're doing.
Say no more. Hey, and if y'all want to get more information, feel free. Twan, give them some information real quick. And this podcast is going to be posted, so it'll be a lot of information with his contact, whatever you need. That's going to go behind it.
You can just hit me on Instagram. That's the fastest way. Then my website, www.ballacademy.eu. For Europe, you can find me there, and we just go from there. Ball Academy Prep School on Instagram. You can find me there.
And reference Bo Bell, because my man gonna know where it came from.
Oh right? Man, always, you know that, always.
My man, always. Hey man,
appreciate it.
You, man. One love, man. One love.
Hey man, you need to. Hey, yo, tell them you speak French. How come we don't do one in France?
They don't know, man. They don't know about that. You parles français. Je parle bien français là. Ça fait longtemps que je n'ai pas parlé. J'ai envie de parler de tout le temps.
Pourquoi?
Alors,
parlez pour les gens. Vas-y, parlez pour les gens.
Vas-y, parlez bien français, toi. Tu parles bien.
Oui. De temps en temps, que j'ai l'opportunité à parler français, je parle. Mais moi, je suis choqué quand tu me dis que tu parles français. Donc, ça, c'est intéressant. Hein?
Ah, ben, c'est gentil, c'est sympa.
My man, the show.
Merci, man. Au revoir.
My man. All right, au revoir. Ciao.